guys, it's D-Man Switch here, and welcome to Video Game Finds number 15. And before we get started, I'm actually doing something a little bit different this time. As you can see, I have a special guest here today, and this is my brother Tyler.
Hi guys.
And he's here to show you some of the stuff that he's picked up, you know, from the stuff when we go to garage sales and all that. But he only has one item this time, but from now on I'll be starting to do that where if he starts buying stuff, I'll actually have him in the video to explain it himself other than me just talking about it. So he can explain it a little bit too if he wants to. So that's what's going to be going on from now on. If he gets some stuff over the course of the time that we go to look for stuff, if he gets stuff for himself, then we'll be able to, you know, he'll explain it for you. So without further ado, let's get started with this video game pickup video. Alright, first here, I got a pretty big box of stuff. And like the last video, this was all done, you know, during the time when we were moving and all that stuff. So, it's going to be kind of hard for me to remember where it all came from. So, what I'm going to have to do is just kind of go through it and just kind of explain it the best I can. But for now, we'll just kind of go along with it. Alright, so the first stack here of stuff is a few Wii games that I picked up from Craigslist. And these were a few weeks ago, I think, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I think it was $30 for the stack. Maybe it was 25, but I don't remember exactly. But I think they were about $5 a piece. But anyways, I'll show you them right now. 4 of them I don't have, and the one game we do have. So first one here is Eminem's Adventure. Looks pretty funny, so decided to buy that one. Shrek's Carnival Craze Party Games. Mega Mind, Mega Team Unite. These were all, this was a mother that had a couple of kids, and these were all her kids' games, but they weren't playing it anymore, so they sold all the games. So I took a bunch of them, and this one is Cars Race-O-Rama. And then the last one here is Wii Sports. And I can probably trade that in at Games Ahoy or something. I already own it, but I decided to buy it from her. So pretty cool. Pretty good stack there of games for the Wii. Can spruce that up a little bit. And then there were a couple of games that I had that I wanted to trade in at Games Ahoy, and the only thing was that I thought I was going to lose money because I paid more for them than what I got trade credit for. And so what I ended up doing was I had enough trade credit to buy 3 games from Games Ahoy over the return of 2 games that I traded in. And these games ended up being worth a little more than what they priced them at in the first place. So the first one here is for the PlayStation. It's Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Lone Wolf. And that one's pretty cool. It's in really nice shape. The next one here is for the NES. It's Michael Andretti's World GP. Really cool. And the last one here is Ridge Racer 64. And I already have this game, but mine's in really bad shape, so I decided to replace the copy that I have with this one. So I'll be doing that. Alright, and then next I've got here, we went to Goodwill a couple weeks ago. And what I ended up doing was they had a bunch of video game consoles, but we ended up not buying any because they weren't in really good shape or anything like that. So we decided not to buy them. But instead, I bought this, which is a multi-tap for the PS1. And it's a Sony brand and everything, so I didn't have one yet, so I decided to buy it. And it was $2, and it's in really good shape, and it works great, so that's cool. And then this was done just a couple weeks ago. I went to our local Mr. Money pawn shop, and they didn't have a price on it, but I offered them a price and they counter-offered and I took it. But it's another Super Nintendo controller here, and it's a Nintendo brand, it's official. And I offered them $3 just to see what they'd do, and they came back at me with $5, and so I bought it from them for $5. So $5 Super Nintendo controller, you can't go wrong. So that was really cool. And then next here, what I have is a stack of some games that I got from a different Mr. Money that me and my brother went to a few weeks ago. And there's a GameCube game here and 3 PS3 games. And I'm pretty sure that is it from there. But first I'll show you the GameCube game. I've got Mario Power Tennis. And it's in great shape. It's complete. It's really cool. And that usually retails for $15-16, and I think each of these games we paid $7.50 for, so really cool. The next one here for PS3 is Medal of Honor Limited Edition, Far Cry 3, and the last one here is Dark Void. And I heard this one isn't worth a whole lot of money, so we lost a little bit on this, but a lot of the stuff that we get, it usually ends up paying for itself anyway, so really cool. And then there is a pawn shop not too far from us called Daily Pawn, and we ended up buying 2 PS1 games the first round when we went in. And then me and my brother discussed this in the car, and I decided to go back in for these 2 Game Boy Advance games. And so first I'll show you the PS1 games, and these are both factory sealed. One is a little destroyed, but it's still sealed, and the other one is completely sealed. But the first one here is Rage Ball, and the corner has been cracked. I think it's been dropped, but it's still sealed, so that's really cool. And these were $1.50 a piece, so there's that one. And the other one is All-Star Slam and Dodgeball, which is really cool. So, really cool games to add to the collection. They're my first sealed PS1 game, so that's really cool. And then these 2 my brother really wanted for the collection, and he picked them out. And do you want to explain them?
Sure.
The 2 Game Boy Advance games that we got.
The first one is Worms World Party. And the second one is Dragon Ball Z, The Legend of Gaku.
Gaku, yeah, I think so. Anyways, these 2 were, we saw them in their case, and we decided to go back and get them because we wanted them. I think it was like $6 or $7 for both of them or something like that.
Yeah.
But really cool. I was really glad to go back and get those, so cool. And then, just a couple weeks ago, I went to a garage sale on my own. I have Fridays off from college, so I took him to school, and after I took him to school, I went to this garage sale, and I was expecting a lot of stuff, but they really didn't have a whole lot, and it was a little bit of a bummer, but I did manage to pick up one game, and it's Batman Begins for the PlayStation 2, and it was only $2, and this game retails for around $10 or so, so it was actually worth it after all, so really cool. I was really glad to add that to the collection. And then, me and my brother, a couple weeks ago, we went to this thrift store that we've never been to before, and we were really glad that we stopped because it was early enough in the morning to where the area didn't get too crowded, because it's like in, downtown and stuff, it gets really crowded during the day, so we went early enough to where we could get a good parking spot and everything. But anyways, there's 3 PS1 games here, and they were all $2 each, and these are worth $10 plus each, so really cool. The first one here is the Dukes of Hazzard Racing for Home. These are all complete and in really good shape. Power Shovel, and I hadn't heard about this one, so that one looked unique when I saw it, so I picked it up. And the last one here is Duke Nukem Time to Kill. And so really cool. I was really glad to find these games and stuff like that, so that was really cool. And then there is all this, the rest of the stuff in this one box is all from one garage sale. And there's a bunch of PS2 games and a bunch of PS1 games and a few GameCube games. And there's one PS2 game here real quick I'll show you that I already own, and I didn't realize it because our games were already put away in storage and I couldn't get to them and I didn't know exactly what it had. But that one is Brunswick Pro Bowling. And it's not worth a whole lot anyway, so it wasn't really a big deal. But they were all, I think, $1 a piece or so. After everything that we bought from this guy, it was a total of like $40, so nothing too worried about. Not worried about that at all. So there's one PS3 game that I got, and that is Darkness. That was pretty cool. And then I'll show you some GameCube games here, and then I'll move on to PS2 games. So the first stack here is just GameCube. The first one here is 007 Nightfire. So I now own this on GameCube and PS2. Really cool. Next one is 007 Agent Under Fire. These are all complete. They all have the instruction manuals and the inserts. WrestleMania X8. And the last GameCube game here is FIFA Soccer 2003. So really cool. Really glad to get those. Add those in there. And then I got a stack of 6 PS2 games here. And the first one here is FIFA 2001. Sega Sports NBA 2K2. NCAA 06 March Madness. Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. And these are all in really nice shape. They're all basically brand new. Pinball Hall of Fame, the Williams Collection. And the last one here is a factory sealed game, and I'm really cool that we found this in there, and it was a really good deal. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, and it's factory sealed. Really cool. I was really glad to find another sealed game to add to the PS2 collection. So really fun going out to garage sales and finding this kind of stuff, because you don't see it a whole lot, but really cool. And then I've got a huge stack of PS1 games that I added to the collection. All these I don't have, so that's cool. First one is Formula 1. NCAA Football 2000. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, or Need for Speed 3. NASCAR 98. NCAA Final Four 2000. Formula 1 2000. Yeah, a lot of these are brand new as well, basically. Like, played a couple times. Newman Haas Racing, I think is what that is. Grind Session. Dave Mira Freestyle BMX. There's the first one. And then one more little stack here of PS1 games. Family Feud. One looks pretty fun. We should play that sometime, huh?
Yeah.
Need for Speed 2. NFL Game Day 98. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. And this one looked fun as well. It's Sim Theme Park. We love those theme park building games, especially him. He loves those. And then we got 3 of these that were thrown in for free, and they are PlayStation demo discs. Here's number 15, number 12, and then Jam Pack for the winter of 2000. So really cool that we got those thrown in for free. And my brother picked up one game for the Nintendo DS that he'd like to share with you.
I got Namco Museum DS.
And that was also incorporated with this same garage sale. So after all of that, it was a total of $40 for all those games, which is a really good deal for that at that garage sale, especially since most of those games are basically brand new. So really cool. Alright, next little stack of stuff here. I got this a couple weeks ago actually off of Craigslist, and half the stuff I was planning on reselling because I don't collect for these systems, and then the other stuff I might keep. So first of all, I'll show you some of the stuff that I'm definitely not keeping because I do not collect for these systems, and I might just either trade them in or sell them off on my own. I'm not sure yet. But for now, these are all just different names and stuff for different consoles. This one is for the ColecoVision, and it's Donkey Kong. And I know it's not worth anything at all, but I might be able to trade it in for something. I'm not sure yet. But anyways, that's that. Then next I have Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast. And it's missing the manual, but it's still otherwise complete, and it's in pretty good shape. The next one is, I think this is Sonic no, it's Sonic something. I don't remember what this one's for. It's for the Game Gear, but it's just Sonic the Hedgehog. That's the first one for the Game Gear there. So, and it came in that little case. That's pretty cool. And then the last Sega game here is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and that's for the Genesis. And it has a lot of stickers on it and everything, but anyways, I didn't really plan on cleaning it off or anything because I usually don't keep that kind of stuff anyway. But anyways, I got a stack of 6 games here for the Xbox, the original Xbox. So first one here is Xbox Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, and it's in a Hollywood video case, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, once again, I don't collect for Xbox or anything, so we're okay. And then this one is unfortunately the wrong game, but it was Tetris Worlds and Star Wars The Clone Wars double pack, but in it is Star Trek Shattered Universe. So it's the wrong game in the case, and I didn't notice that until after I bought it. Actually, my brother noticed that, and unfortunately it's too bad, but anyway. The next one here is Doom 3, Resurrection of Evil. Halo 2. Van Helsing in another generic like aftermarket case. Well, it's in a real case, but it's like it was like a rental store. And then the last one here is Halo Combat Evolved Game of the Year Edition. And these games I'm planning on I don't know, I might just trade them in. So, anyways, that's still pretty cool. And then the last thing here that I'll be probably selling or trading in is this NES controller. And it was great at first when I noticed it, but after I got home I realized that it's been taped in 3 spots. And I usually try to stay away from those, but it does work perfectly fine, but it is taped, and I usually try to just, keep controllers and stuff that haven't been wired or anything like that, so I might just trade that in or sell it or something, so we'll figure out how we're going to do that. But then the rest of the stuff I'll be keeping, so really cool deal for the rest of this. And it was kind of a random number. This whole box was $28, so it's kind of weird, but anyway, this is a good deal still. But I got a Super Game Boy here for the Super Nintendo, really cool. Really good deal for that. Then 2 Game Boy games here. I've got Wizards and Warriors 10, Fortress of Fear. Really cool. And then the other one is Disney's Pocahontas. And I didn't have either of those Game Boy games, so I decided to keep those. And then I got another PS1 power cord here. I could always use these. That's really cool. And then I've got an NES RF switch here, or SNES. They work for either. And it also came with an adapter that you can plug into an N64, so you can use this, or even a GameCube would probably work for this. So you just plug this in and you can use an old school RF switch on your newer consoles. So really cool. I'll be keeping that. And then I got another Game Boy Advance SP charging cable here. I could always use extras of these. Really cool. And then I got an off-brand RF switch here for the N64 or GameCube. And then the last cord here, this is for those really old school TVs. I'm not sure how to explain it, but you would connect it to the actual box of the TV, I think. And I'm not sure if it works or not because I have no TV that requires that. So, but anyways, I thought it was still pretty cool, and it's for the NES or SNES. So you just plug your RF switch into the end there, and it would work the same. But it was a little more tedious, I believe. So, but anyways, I think it's still pretty cool. So that was cool. So $28 for all that stuff. It's a really good deal. And then these 2 things I got from my local ARC thrift store. My brother, I don't think, went with me this time, but I went there and I got both of these for $1 for both of them, and I thought that was really cool. One of them is not gaming related, but the other one is, but I'll show you the non-gaming related thing first. And this is a Michael Jordan Airtime VHS tape. And I love Michael Jordan and stuff. I love that kind of concept of basketball and everything, so I decided to buy this VHS tape for 49 cents. So it was a really cool deal to find that. And then the other one here is a DVD player. It's a lecture DVD thing for PS2, and it's brand new basically. And it's version 2.12, which I'm not sure what other versions there are, but it's really cool. It's basically a brand new disc, like it's never been played. So I thought that was really, really cool. So really glad to find that stuff at ARC for $1 for both of those. And then this we just got maybe 2 weeks ago, and I don't remember exactly, but anyways, we got a huge bundle of PS2 games here from this guy on Craigslist, and he was originally asking $40 for all the games, but then someone counter-offered him, and I didn't want to let this deal get away, so I counter-offered at $60, and I said, I'll take it for $60, I don't care. I'll buy them for $60, and it'll be a really good reason why when I'll show you the game here in a minute that I really wanted out of it. But the first thing here was, this is the only booklet out of there, but it's Kingdom Hearts, the official strategy guide for the first Kingdom Hearts on PS2. Really cool. It's in pretty good shape. It's a little rough, but it's still all there, so that's really cool. Alright, first I'll show you the games that I'm not keeping, and then I'll show you the games that I am keeping. So first thing here is, I'll take out the stack of games. And I don't have most of these games, but they're all greatest hits, so I'll probably just end up selling them for now, and then I'll find them again later, Black Label. The first one here is Special Edition of Call of Duty 3 with a bonus disc. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Resident Evil 4. God of War 2, the 2-disc set. I already own this one, so that's not too big a deal for me. TMNT. I think I own that one as well, I'm not sure. Kingdom Hearts, the first one. Unfortunately, it had to be a greatest hits, but I'll keep the book, and I'll find that game eventually. And then, I've got the last little stack here of games that I'm selling, and then the rest I'll be keeping. So here's the rest of the selling games. Ghost Recon 2 from Tom Clancy. I already own this one as well. Another copy of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I can find a lot of these, and they make pretty good money too, about $10 or so. So, and then Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow, Spider-Man 2, and I already own this one as well. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Jungle Storm. And what's good about these is that these were, I already upgraded my copies of those games, which is really cool because I didn't I had pretty bad copies of them already, so I just switched them out and stuff. So basically what I just showed you is probably the games that I had on my shelf before. Anyways, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I already own this one. EA Sports Madden 2003. I already own this one. And Madden 06. And I own this one already. And then the rest of these games are the ones that I did not have. And then I'll show you the one last that I wanted the most out of this entire stack. But first here, I will show you all the games that I'll be keeping. And then this one is going to make a little bit, it's not going to make a whole lot of sense to you, but I'll explain why. This one is a greatest hits, but it's Twisted Metal Black. And the only reason I'm keeping it is because it's the only version that includes the bonus disc for online. They didn't make this in a black label, so that's the only exception I make for games if they're greatest hits, is if they only made one version of it and it was only greatest hits. So that's why I'll be keeping that. So that's that one. And then Resident Evil Outbreak. And I already got this one, but this one is a part of a set version, so there's a variant. Really cool. And then Final Fantasy X. I don't own it, and this is missing a manual, but I'll be hanging on to it, and maybe eventually I'll find a manual for it, or another complete copy. And Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Resident Evil Code Veronica X. And it's a part of a set version. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Lockdown. Kingdom Hearts 2. And this one was fortunately in the black label, so that was cool. At least I got one of the two for now. And the next is Amazing Allies edition of Spider-Man Web of Shadows. It is water damaged, but it is complete, so really cool. And FIFA 06 Soccer. And the last one here is the one that I've been looking forward to getting for such a long time that I was really shocked when I saw this ad on Craigslist. That's why I was more than willing to pay $60 for this entire lot. This game is worth that just by itself. So, the game here is in its really nice shape, and it's Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. And these games all together, they were like $3.50 a piece, or maybe $2.50 a piece. Something like that. They were really cheap each, after all of them put together. But really good deal for this game to be in that entire bundle. I was really happy to find that, so really cool. Really excited for that. Alright, and then the last little bit of stuff that we found here. Me and my brother went to this game store that is closing here really soon. It's coming up pretty quick. In the next couple of days they're actually officially closing. But we went about a week ago and we found this stuff there, and it was all half off pretty much, I think. And if not quite half off, but pretty close. But anyways, it was a really good deal. And there's one thing in here that's not from that store, but I'll show you that in a minute. But first here's a NES controller, and it was their last one, so I decided to buy it from them, and it was $5.60. I usually try to stay around $5 for game controllers like this, so still a pretty good deal. And then we bought a PS2 console from them. It's a fat one, and they usually sell these. It costs a little more when they have the cords and stuff, so I asked if they would just sell it console only, and they said sure, why not. And so it was $18, so I decided to buy it because I can probably make a pretty good profit off of it after I resell it and everything, so that's really cool. Because I already have the controllers and extra cords and everything like that, so that would be easy to put back together, so that's cool. And then the last thing from that game store was a PlayStation handbag here, or a carrying case for your original PlayStation. And I thought that was really cool. And I think this was like $6 or $7 after they did the discount, so really cool. I was really happy to find that. And then, the last thing here I got from ARC about a week ago, and I'm pretty old school, I still listen to CDs and stuff, so I found a little CD player here. It's a Sony CD player, and it's the Sony Walkman, CD Walkman, which is pretty cool, and I was really happy to find that. So, and this was, I think, $2, so really good deal, and my brother went with me to get this, and he thought that was pretty cool as well, so yeah, that'll do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this was pretty cool for you guys to experience, someone else with me this time and everything like that. And then hopefully we'll get to do that a little more often, so that'll be a little more fun. So, until next time, guys, I'll take it easy. Good luck game hunting. Have fun with it. Please subscribe. Tell your friends about me if you guys haven't already. I mean, it's really fun when you guys, interact with it and everything. I really appreciate you guys helping me out and everything. It's been really fun so far, and I'll hope to continue doing this for a long time. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.
See you guys.